Welcome to a match of Starcraft 2, played by people that are way better than me. The map is Beckett Industries, and joining me today are two Protosses, pun intended. Warping in the upper right, in red, the man who is widely considered to be the #1 Korean Protoss, playing for Afrika Freaks. It is Trap. And the opponent, warping in the bottom left in blue, a master of ruthless Protoss efficiency. It is Dragon Phoenix Gaming's Zest. Camera controls are very hard, my gosh. It is a mirror matchup, yes, but I am not sure that I could have two more different Protosses in this map. I take that back, actually, because if stats was not in the military and we had a stats versus parting or stats versus Zest, that would be pretty different. Shield toss versus aggro toss. Both of these ones, now that I think about their playstyles, they're similar in the sense of mid-game timing or mid-game centric attacks are their go-to. They're not completely defensive shield tosses like you think of stats, you think of showtime, but they're also not the full-on, all-in gambling kind of aggro toss like parting or max packs, for example. They're much more tempered in the mid-game. Zest, known for his efficient builds, he will try and maximize everything that he possibly can and then hit you with as many units as anyone should be able to have, and sometimes maybe even a little bit more. But that is all pinned on the assumption that it is Zest's A game, because sometimes it feels like there's a different Zest playing. And I think if you've watched enough Zest games, you might know what I'm talking about. What kind of Zest is going to be in play today. There is a little bit of a deviation in the builds already. Trap went for 2 Stalkers off the initial gates. Zest went for 2 Adepts and getting out 2 additional Adepts. Not going to hunt down the probe. Instead, he's opting to attack the pylon. Adepts, not well known for their efficient building killing skills. Stalker's going to catch the jump on them, shoot them in the back. Particle disruptor beams. That Adept says, hey, what happened? 4 Adepts versus 2 Stalkers, though. Who actually wins that fight? I'm not 100% sure, because the Stalkers will deal more damage, they have more range, but the Adepts, with the shade, they can kind of keep up. They pick off 1, trade 1 for 1, that's a good trade. For somebody. I won't crunch the numbers. Trap picking off a 2nd Adept, so that is going to put him slightly in favor there, only losing 1 Stalker to the tune of 2 Adepts. Can they get in? No, they cannot. Oracle is the first tech unit out for Trap. And on the other side, Zest with a very oversaturated number Zest. Red is bad. What was I saying? He's going for Twilight. Excuse me. So, these Adepts, they're still trying to get in. Oh, the Oracle came back. Trap calls the Oracle home to deal with these Adepts. Set up a bit of a defense. Stalkers harassing the Nexus, actually putting quite a bit of damage out on it. Oh, don't lose Sentry Zest. 1 Adept gets in. Shade gonna complete? Does complete. Bit of scouting intel, that's good. Trap sees the Twilight, he sees the Chrono going out on it. He's just gonna pressure the front though. He probably assumes this is blank just from the amount of Stalkers that Zest has been making. Single Adept, she's really trying. Over here, what's happening? The Stalkers. Do they get the Nexus? They do get the Nexus. The Nexus goes down. That's big. That's pretty big. Trap's Nexus not completed, but it might as well be considered completed. Finishes up right as Zest has to replant his natural. Well, that battery actually did finish. Left that completed and warped in just to keep the Adept away from the probes. Stasis ward going to be used from the Oracle. Stalkers, what's the count like? 7 to 6. I'm no mathematician, but one of those numbers might just be higher than the other. And in a mirror matchup, that is sometimes all that matters. Blink gonna finish up for Zest, who is not getting aggressive. I don't really blame him. Trap now up to 9 Stalkers instead of 6, plus the Stasis ward. Oracle gonna come pick off a single probe, sentenced to death. That one probe did not deserve to live. Behind this, Trap is adding on the Dark Shrine, while Zest is adding on the Forge. Gonna go for +1, but there is no other tech choice for Zest out right now. It's just the Twilight. If he doesn't get some form of detection, these DTs could actually mess him up. One is already in play and heading towards the base. There's a cannon going up at the front, but will it complete in time? I don't think so. The DT's here. He slips right on by. Undetected. Does he get in? He does not. Zest sees it with a quick clutch warp in. Hold position on the Stalkers. The DT is deflected from the main cannon. Is going to complete. Force fields used to protect the probes. Both DTs are going to be cleaned up thanks to the detection of the single cannon. Marvelous. Marvelous defense from Zest. That was great. He could not actually see the Dark Templar when he blocked that, which makes it all the more impressive that he just warped in around the shimmer to keep the DT from going into the main. I tip my hat to you, good sir, if I had a hat. I don't actually have a hat right now, though. Now that he knows there are DTs, though, you really should try and get some form of detection, some way to deal with it. Oh, good blink forward Trap chasing now. Does he continue the chase? He does. More blinks. Blinking in every direction. Trap is definitely taking a nice chunk out of Zest units here. 11 Stalkers to 10. More being warped in for Mr. Trap here. Third base goes up right as another DT comes in, though. Pylon gonna be picked off right away, so there can be no cannons made at this third base. Oh, a force field tries to protect it, though. It does not work. The DT's still able to get the Pylon Stalkers, just going to back off. And now, I mean, what can you do? That's Trap's Robo. That's not Zest's Robo. Zest Robo just now started. But, ladies and gents, look at this. He's just going to town. There's no saving that. You can't make a cannon. You have no Robo built. You have no Stargate. There's no detection. Trap gonna capitalize on this and just move his Stalkers in on the other side. GG is just gonna be called. Just like that, it ends. The power of Dark Templar without detection. Zest, I don't know. I mean, cannons? You can't rely on cannons to do detection this early on. He went for the Twilight. He knew about the DTs, but was just too late on the Robo. There was no Robo, no Stargate, no detection. DT is going to be dominant. If you enjoyed the game, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.